Good morning, friends. Exeter local meeting, my local meeting, is large and lively. I would like to share something of the experience of our meeting in the last few years. All our comfortable, familiar ways were swept away in March 2020. At a stroke, we lost not only our way of worshipping, but also many of the things that supported our life as a community. What to do? Let's Zoom. Many of us had no idea what this was, nor how important a lifeline it would become. We certainly did not expect that it would help us to face up to the need for our meeting to be more inclusive and to change. All our meetings for worship went online. Worshipping on Zoom took some getting used to, and some friends preferred to worship alone at home. We needed more people to act as elders, and people willingly gave this service. A growing number of people became competent at hosting and scheduling meetings. We began to appreciate the advantages of Zoom. It included those for whom getting to the meeting house was difficult or impossible. It reduced our carbon footprint. We could join friends all over the world. Holding our meetings for worship for business online sometimes helped us to focus and follow our discipline more faithfully. Equally, we knew that worship online excluded some people who lacked relevant experience or knowledge, or who found that their worship was disturbed by the use of technology. Sometimes the technology wasn't up to the task, and it took some time and energy to find remedies. The lack of in-person contact made it difficult and more painful to resolve a conflict in our meeting. When restrictions were eased, we faced perhaps a greater challenge than that we had faced during lockdown. The old normal did not include everyone, and neither did the normal we had adopted in lockdown. We had learned afresh and powerfully that our corporate worship gave us more than simply the opportunity to worship. Being together in worship gives energy to every part of our life. It fuels all our work and witness. So we now have a large blended meeting on Sunday morning, a small meeting just online on Sunday evening, and a midweek meeting held at the same time of day, but separately, some people online and some people in person. And some people still worship at home with eldership support. It wasn't just our ways of worship that changed. We added a weekly bulletin to other ways of communicating with each other, because communication is always difficult. This bulletin gives information about the activities each week, and we still kept it. We made more use of social media and our website, and as a result, people found us and joined our community. We then turned our attention to the way we organized ourselves. Did we need all those jobs that nominations committee was finding it hard to fill? Was a committee always needed? How could we help more people to give service? We've dispensed with some committees. We used to have a hospitality committee of 5 people. We now have a facilitator who holds a list of 12 people willing to help at particular events. It is still early days, but it already looks as though this way of working shares the tasks more widely and enables more people to serve our community. The process of reviewing our ways of organizing ourselves did not end there. We are currently looking at how we provide pastoral care and eldership, and looking at the spiritual nurture for both individuals and the meeting. The pandemic turned us inward. We are beginning to look beyond ourselves. We've been more active than before the pandemic in reaching out to schools, providing events both for teachers and for children. We have re-engaged with activities to promote climate justice. We have responded to the need for helping people stay warm during the winter months by opening our meeting house during the day on Thursdays. We provided hot drinks and biscuits, a soup and bread lunch, and a range of activities. We've welcomed guests, and in doing so, have found joy ourselves in being together. It would be all too easy to sink gratefully into the new normal. We should resist the temptation to do this. It was hard at first to see lockdown in the pandemic as a gift, but it has proved to be so. Change is inevitable. How we respond to change will determine whether our meeting is filled with life and vitality, and is a community which is welcoming and inclusive. Can we respond to change by recognizing the possibilities it brings? Can we follow joyfully the promptings of the Spirit in the here and now? Can we embrace change and see it as a chance to learn and grow? I hope so.